That's me.
Guys, this is another little segment called Let's Get Personal with Master Shortcut.
Hey guys.
Alright, we're gonna get real personal. Sorry, Mom. So, something interesting that happened to me before I had my awakening moment was that this kind voice, not even an audible voice, this kind message would come to me every once in a while and would get me out of trouble, get me out of major depressions or major anxious situations. And in this instant that I'm talking about, this kind of message came to me and said, because I was having major problems with my mom. We were butting heads, we were screaming at each other, it was horrible. And this message came to me, it was, you are going to solve the problem between you and your mom. And the plan requires that she change nothing about herself. So this is the message that I received. That I was going to fix the problem between my mom and I, and it required that she change absolutely nothing about herself. There was something so miraculous about this that it ended our problems that day. It ended them. What I did is I opened up a space for her to exist in my consciousness, in my reality. I opened up a space large enough for her to fit into. See, when we deny what is, if we want to change what is, if we don't accept it, it gets worse. There's something about acceptance that just makes it disappear. This is so strange because the entire time you wanted the issue to be gone, it slowly got bigger. And then the second you accept it and you're fine with it being that way, it disappears altogether. Now, it gets so much more interesting. This voice, which was not an audible voice, it was a message. When I finally had this major awakening, where I woke out of all of the unreal things that led me to depression and anxiety. When I awoke out of anxiety and depression, I discovered that helpful voice, that helpful messenger that had told me that I was going to solve the problem between my mom and I, and the plan required she change nothing about herself or do nothing. What was sending me that message was me, my true self, to an asleep version of myself. A version of myself that was mainly asleep for 30 years. So, this incredibly wise messenger that I only got to hear from once a month, once every 3 months, I am that messenger. I am that all the time. I don't have any answers to any questions. I just don't have questions. When you're happy, you don't question things. And that's why happiness is the answer. It's beyond answers. It incinerates the question before it even exists. No questions arise in peace. because peace is unquestionably the right way. Love you guys so much. Alright, here's what we're going to call. We're going to call this segment Impromptu Art Show for an Unknown Artist. Here we go. There we go, unknown artist. It's kind of interesting. I like how it isn't of anything that I recognize. This sort of thing allows me to be in the present. If it's something new, newness brings me into the present. Thank you, unknown artist.
That's me.